Hello everyone, welcome to Diamondza Craft, where I make things. My name is Sarah. I am back with you today with another collab video hosted by Splendid Miscellany on Instagram, and it is for Japanese street fashion. Now, I've had a little idea to make a doll based off of a t-shirt that I got a couple of months ago, because it's so cute. It is this t-shirt, and it says, cute as hell! And I thought, this artwork was just adorable and I would love to make a doll based around it. So I contacted Snowleaf or Snooleaf, who is on Instagram, who created this artwork, and asked them permission to use their artwork as a base for a doll. So I wanted to do a pastel goth style based on this little goat. And yeah, here's what I came up with. Here's what I came up with based on that. I took the artwork by Snowleaf and turned her into a Japanese street fashion pastel goth girl. I thought pastel goth would work best for this as a style since the colours are very pastel and cute. For some reason, I don't have the footage of me preparing this Kitty Cheshire doll. Apologies, I think it was lost somewhere. Instead, we are starting with the horns, and I had the idea to have more curly horns for a goat. However, I did then decide I wanted to stay true to the original artwork and make them more pointy. Truth be told, that was way easier to sculpt. I sculpt in the ridges at the base to make it look like they're growing out, and then across the horns. They look so cute. I need to mark where they'll be sitting, so I stick them in and draw around the bottom. Then I mark the middle. Her hair is going to be black, so I do need to paint her scalp. And I didn't film the whole painting process of this, but they do stay purple for a while. Now the face. I did this face twice, and I didn't film the first one, but it works out since I think the second face turned out much better. I mark where her eyes are going to be with white pencil and film in those scleras? And fill in those scleras. This is so I know exactly where her eyes will be and start to build up the lighter colours. I then took my pen pastels and started to give some life to her face. Then I can go back in and keep adding to the light colours as well as adding the details. She is getting yellow, orange eyes to match the artwork. I'm loving the yellow eyes lately. I am trying to make a smooth gradient from orange to yellow. And I am adding red to give it a little more depth and contrast. The key to making things look good is always contrast. I don't have a huge plan for her makeup, but it's going to be more dark purple. I probably could have went a little heavier with it, but she is a pastel goth and I figured this would still be fine. She gets a dark purple lip, and so far this face-up seems to be the cleanest one I've ever done. And some cute lashes too. Adding the pink to the cheeks was very satisfying. She gets some on her nose too, because I do like that cute makeup trend. I have now done 2 dolls with smiling face molds, and I have to say, it's awesome. And as wearing contacts is a fashion trend now, the goat-like pupils are supposed to be part of that whole aesthetic. She's not an actual goat, but there are qualities, and I think it's a really cute idea. Last thing for her face is some light reflections, and that's all done. Cute! For her hair, I am rerouting yarn around the edges. I don't want it getting clogged with too much hair since I'm adding extensions later. So I add black and some shocks of pink. Someone once asked why I didn't reroute the whole head, and it's mainly to do with volume. I need the hair to be thin so I can still find the marks for her horns. I also sculpted some goat ears she can wear, kind of like those elf ear extensions you can get. So I painted them white first, and I'll paint them purple later. Got to glue in that yarn, and whilst that dries, I can make the extensions. I just followed the way Hexgen made his Fluttershy's yarn extensions, and it worked a treat. Taking one long bit of yarn and gluing the rest around it. I started at the bottom with the pink and added the black on top to blend in with her hair. I stuck the extensions in with a pin and glue, and it looks adorable. Especially with those horns and ears. Now onto her outfit. I bought sheets of pastel leathery stuff from Amazon and followed Moonlight Jewel's bra pattern for the top, leaving out the hem since it's going to be slightly longer anyway and this stuff doesn't need it. I made a top and collar from the pink leathery stuff, and I am making her a mesh top to go underneath it. The first try was a learning curve, as her arms would not go through the armholes. I think the ribbon on the hem was to blame. So I tried again and added the ribbon after I knew it would fit. I also made this skirt a few times, and I wanted it to be like a tennis skirt. However, it was a little too big, so I used the pleated skirt pattern, again by Moonlight Jewel, but made it slightly longer, and that was a much better fit. To get the gradient on this, I dunked the whole thing in water, and then brushed on neon pink fabric paint in layers like a wet blend. It did work, even though the gradient is very subtle, but I had tested it and it could go horribly wrong. So I'm happy with this, since it looks the best. I tried the clothes on the doll so many times during this process. I also bought some nail art crosses, big and small, to see what would look best. The big ones won, so I glued them in place with gem tack glue. I made her a cute fuzzy cardigan to go over the outfit. I didn't film that though, so it just sort of pops up out of nowhere. And I added a little ruffle under her skirt for some volume. And I was trying to add this pink ribbon, but it wasn't doing much for me. My sketch called for black anyway, so I fit some black straps to her top. And for this to be a tight fit, I am gluing the clothes in place. Adding a closure just makes it so bulky, and that's not what I want. Once I was happy and it was all glued securely, I added a harness belt and a load of details along with it. Chains, more nail art of pentagrams, and little buckles. I also added teeny tiny spikes, and I am in love. I mean it, I would wear this whole outfit. She also needs some spiky garter belts. And I felt confident enough with myself to pop her head back on. A couple of last accessories for her are some sunglasses, Morpheus style. I bent wire around a paintbrush handle and wrapped extra thin wire around where the sides meet. Then I mixed up some orange mica powder in UV resin and filled in the circle. As you can see, it did run a lot, but that's alright because once it's cured, it can be cut and sanded down. Her shoes are made once again by using Moonlight Jewel's guide on miniature shoemaking. We 3D printed some bases a while ago and I can finally use them. But before that, I am using the patterns for the little pump shoes in the book. I cut the pieces out of Warbler and fused them together on this leg covered in cling film. Then, when I attached the shoe to the base, I used Milliput to secure it and sculpt a hoof in the front. The bases did have heels, but they were easy to snap off, and so it's a shoe that has no heel part, like how cosplayers make hoofs. Then, once they were dry, I painted them and added a little buckle. I did also make her leg warmers when I made her cardigan, and as another detail, I added chains around them. Finally, she gets little pink bows, and she's ready. And here she is, all finished. I really love how this one came out. The details are always my favorite part, so she has a lot of them, and yeah, I think she just is so cute, and I made her a little bag with the artwork on it as well. It was just really fun to create a character based around somebody else's artwork. Really hope that you check out Snowleaf's Instagram, which I will link below, and give them a lot of love. They make a lot of really cute artwork. It's just adorable. This was a huge collab, so a big thank you to Lauren for sorting it all out for us. I will link everybody's Instagrams and YouTube channels below. Please check them out. They all really worked hard as well. I love being part of collabs because everyone just makes such different things and it's really fun. Yeah, let me know what you thought of her down in the comments below, but remember, don't be a dick. Give this video a like if you want to do that. Subscribe to my channel if you also want to do that, but remember to ring my bell when you do that. Alright. Tell me in the comments what this kind of reminds you of. It's like the black hair and the sunglasses and kind of like the horns. Don't know what it's called. I've forgotten. I'm sure the comments will tell me.